weather's looking beautiful, let's head out for the day. We'll catch a feed of flatties the good old-fashioned way. I know a little place to go to get some light relief. It's just somewhere between the river and the reef. So you think you'll catch a big one with all your fancy gear? A day out on the water with the rods, the reels and beer. If you come home empty-handed, your mates will give you grief, but you were still between the river and the reef.
Hi viewers, I'm Glenn Knight. Welcome to River to Reef. What a great show we've got lined up tonight. Phil Wall and his team show us fishing at its very best on Flinders Island.
Yes, what a monster!
Tony Milne from Marine Safety Victoria will join us. Mick Hall will show us how to tie flies. And Corrie Banks is going to show us how to rig for shark fishing. It's a great show, stick around. We also have a great competition to win the safe case from King Crow.
Today we're talking about catching sharks in Port Phillip Bay and Bass Strait. Popular pastime coming into summer, and we're just about into shark season here now. An ideal outfit for both of these places is what I've got here. A 15 kg outfit, rod and line. This one here is an actual lever drag. Makes it very easy to set drags properly and to operate when fishing. On the other hand, if you can't afford a good lever drag, there's nothing wrong with the old star drags. And in fact, a lot of people still use them and they're very successful with them. The main thing to do with this sort of equipment today is, unlike going out after flathead and snapper where you just give a pull on the line to make sure it's okay, you should have a set of scales. Doesn't matter what sort of scales you use as long as they're reasonably accurate. And what you want to do is set your drag, and your drag is set on the basis of around 1/3 of the breaking strain of the line. We've got a 15 kg outfit here, so 5 kg is what we set the drag at. To do that, either drop this in the back of your boat or have a friend hold it, put the drag lever right up to maximum and try pulling off the scales. As you pull off the scales, watch what happens here. If the needle gets only to 4 and starts pulling drag, you know you've got to increase it. If it gets past 5, you know you've got to back it off. That's the important part to do. Once you've got that set, you're right to go out there, and you're not going to bust off on a shark out there through having the drag set right. The next section what we're looking at is traces. Today, going for shark, you've got to use wire. They've got great sets that teeth sharks have, and we'll chop through mono very quickly. As you can see here, I've got a 2-hook rig, because quite often when you go out into Bass Strait, you'll find that you'll often find big cooter out there. If the cooter are big, put a 2-hook rig on. On the other hand, if you've gone out today and you find that you've only got the one on, there's a little shackle here that we undo, pull that out, and all of a sudden we are back into a single hook rig. And that's what you're going to use most of the time. Always have this section put aside, made up, ready, in case you need to go to a 2-hook rig. Very simple, very easy, but makes a great day out fishing successful. As we made mention of here, using the stainless steel wire, a lot of people are very concerned about electrolysis. With electrolysis, you're creating an electrical current with this line in the water, and therefore sharks that can be a bit finicky will shy clear of your line. The best thing to do is get some plastic and cover it in plastic like that. In fact, if you're after very large sharks, in the days when we used to chase big whites out here, and further up the coast where you go after tigers, etc., you actually use the clothesline, because your clothesline is a thick stainless steel wire, and it is plastic coated, because you all know that's in that blue, and that's your ideal material. But for our purpose here, and using the lighter line, just get some plastic tubing, slide over it, and then crimp it all up.
Hi, I'm Tony Milne from Marine Safety Victoria. We're very pleased to be part of the new River to Reef program, and over the coming weeks our segment's going to contain some vital information on some practical boating tips, in addition to being able to provide information on things such as how to register your boat and also how to get your boat operator licence. Some of our areas that we really want to concentrate on are those issues such as trip preparation, which will enable you and your boat to be prepared whenever you go out on the water. We want to make sure that you have safe vessel operation while you are out there, so one of the main features will be making sure that you're aware of all your safety equipment and how it works. The third issue is making sure that you understand all the practical things that you need to know when you get into a state of emergency. These issues are the three critical formats that we follow in all our publications, which you can get readily through Marine Safety Victoria. But in addition to that, we really want to make it available for you. And if there are any safety issues that you need to know or you want to know to find out how to do things such as how to cross a bar safely or how to set off a flare, we want your input to make sure that we can deliver those sort of safety tips to you. So please contact us via the River to Reef website. Get in touch with us, let us know those things that you want us to cover, and over the coming weeks we'll be able to do that. So in the meantime, we'll see you out on the water and be safe.
Okay, what I'm going to do is get a little hook. I got a mustard R72, which is what we call a nymph hook. It's a 2x long shank. Which may not mean very much to you, but if you're into fly fishing, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. And we're going to be making up a little, what I call a little gold beadhead nymph. Now, this is a world famous fly. This little fly just takes fish absolutely everywhere. Now, what we do is we feed the hook through so it sits up at the eye. Now, the next thing we do is we get some thread, and this is what we call a bobbin thread and a bobbin holder. We just wrap that around like so. And we're going to slowly make our way back down to the back of the bend start of the bend of the hook down the back here. Once I'm down there, this is called dubbing. All it is synthetic fluff, and we get a little bit of it just like this. Place it on the thread and twist it like that by running your finger across the ball of your thumb, and then we just wind it up. Wind it around at the back, slowly working forward as we come up. We're going to build up a little bit of an ice cream cone shape with it, and it's going to finish this off behind the actual bead, right up at the eye of the hook. We come forward a bit more, back it up in behind that hook there. Okay, there we are. Now, what we do is we open this right up, give it a twist over your bead, which is a little difficult. That's 1/2 each done. Do that again over the back of your bead, pull down, and that's enough. We can go fishing with this fly, which is called a gold beadhead nymph, and that would cost you around about $2.50 in the shop.